we're due to start, and I get a visitation from his team. Piers, there's a problem. I went, and they were like ashen face. I went, what's the problem? They went, this, and they showed me this 3-page document, which was 3 pages of the worst things I'd said about him in the last year and a half. And it was me calling him a monster and a gangster and a mob boss and saying he should be removed from office, he's a narcissist, all this kind of stuff. All of which I meant at the time, all of which I would stand by now for his behaviour at the time. But obviously a little awkward given I'm about to do an interview with him. So I get called up to his office where he just sits like you are now, but a bit like Don Corleone. And he starts giving it full throttle, reading each of the quotes slowly and then peering at me over the sheet and saying, how could you do this to me after all I've done for you? How could you... narcissist, mob boss. And I was like, this was uncomfortable. And he's raising his voice and he's swearing and he's very angry. So I'm convinced he's going to cancel the interview and the whole thing's going to be a waste of time and money. But to my amazement, I pulled it round a bit, and you'd appreciate this. He's a massively keen golfer. He got a hole-in-one 2 weeks earlier, which was actually witnessed by Ernie Els, the great golfer. So I thought, I know how to turn this around. So I went, I don't want to be a confrontational interview, President Trump. I want to talk about your hole-in-one. And I knew it would tickle his ego. And he went, well, it was a great shot. I went, I heard it was a 5-iron, 2 bounces straight in. He said, how do you know that? I said, Ernie Els has done a big interview about it. He went, he has? I said, Ernie said you were a fantastic golfer. Now the mood had changed. Now he thought, I can talk about my hole-in-one. So he agreed to do the interview. So we go back down. I'm thinking, I'm still going to get 5 minutes, probably about the hole-in-one. But it's better than nothing. And then he comes down, and then we do a 75-minute interview, by far the longest I've ever done with him. Wide-ranging, you've heard you're leading today on the royal stuff he comes out with about Meghan and Harry, and there's some great stuff about the Queen and Camilla as well tomorrow and so on. He talks about Ukraine and Putin and Kim Jong-un, some amazing stuff. And afterwards I came out, I was like drenched in sweat. I came out, I said to my team, that was just like the most extraordinary roller coaster, the whole thing.